All right, so what's going on? So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the math behind collecting $1 million in a month with ads. This video is going to teach you how to mathematically scale any funnel and reverse engineer whatever number goal you want to hit. And when you actually know the numbers behind the business and you understand the economics, it all just becomes a numbers game. So you just change things, fix numbers, and you make more money. Let's just jump into this video. Okay, so what you're seeing on the screen is you're seeing data that I pulled for a client I'm running ads for. And so this client is a B2B SaaS client. And I basically, what happened first is, been with them for a couple months and, data has been kind of like all over the place and we want to hit that $1 million in a month of cash collected. It's just been eluding us. And then, a big thing with scaling the ads has been like tracking stuff was kind of all over the place. And so what I did was I pulled the data from the ads manager, Hyros, and our, application software fill out. And I pretty much had Claude, with like a specific prompt and formula that I use to pretty much map like all of our metrics and like what's actually going on and kind of have some truth here, right? And then from there, as you're gonna see in this video, is that we mapped out to a dollar, like what we can spend and how we're gonna get there. You feel me? And so, as we're going here, as you can see, spent 230 in ads, collected over like just over $1 million in, cash collected. It's not revenue, it's cash. And this has like all the base, numbers, right? Now, the big thing here is like with our ads tracking, a lot of the emails did not match in Hyros. And so it's like, we couldn't fully match everything. And so like, how I've been going about this, especially for like B2B, is kind of just basing everything on blended because, what I began to notice is like, we started targeting a new country and it was like a halo effect happening. So it's like, I was literally seeing for some of the track calls, it's like someone would literally click the ad, watch the VSL, and then forget about it, and then go Google the company, and then book a call there. And it's like, if you didn't actually have any cross-platform tracking, you just think like, oh shit, my ads aren't doing anything. But like, quite literally, when we turn on that country, and we start spending a fuck ton of ads on that country, and we got over, 1 million impressions, more people started booking from that country. And so, when you just do blended, it just gives you like a clearer picture that your ads are working. And at the end of the day, it's like, ROAS is cool, but it's like blended ROAS and profit is like what you want to be optimizing for. And so, as you can see here, right, we got our totals for like it was 5 months, not 6 months. Right, so it's like ad spend, right, clicks, cost per click, et cetera, et cetera. And something that you should be measuring if you're not is your click to conversion rate. So it's like, what's your click to application rate, what's your click to book call rate, what's your click to close rate, et cetera. Because like once you actually have every single number in your funnel, it allows you to like scale without that uncertainty. Like you actually know your numbers, you feel me? And so like you're gonna have a lot more confidence. And so cool, I have all the numbers here, right? These like with the verified purchases. And then these are blended. All right. And so it's just like fresh cash, back in MR, and all that stuff that goes in here, with like an AKAOV. Cool. Now, here's where things get interesting. So, we weren't able to get all the data matched to Hyros as I would have loved, because it is what it is. But, that's fixed now. But what I realized is after we pull all the data and the leads that that they make above 80K a month in their business for what we're like on the application form, they quite literally made more money than the bottom two tiers combined. And so that's interesting. And also it's like the application, the purchase rate was 7% versus this here. This tells me it's like, all right, shit. Well, ads just need to fucking find these people only, right? Because quite literally, people who are making 0 to 25K a month, they're damn not even worth it. Because we have 429 applications and only 11 purchases. Whereas this, we had 140 applications and 10. And it made more than that whole. So it's like, okay, cool. I mean, now this is an obvious thing for business, but it's like, when you actually see the numbers, it's like, oh shit, we need to solve this. And hell, we might not even let these people book calls anymore, right? Because it's just like, why would we? When we can just have slots for these people. And Facebook will just find more of these people if we only let them book. So there's that, right? And then, for just like call funnels and stuff, like there's kind of like a basic like metrics you should be looking for. And I mapped all of our metrics. And so what I found is like the biggest drop off for us was the click to application rate, which is the landing page problem. Because everything else we have is fire. It's like our applications to book calls rate. It's like, all right, cool. It's okay. Right. Our marketing qualified lead to book call rate is solid, right? Show rate is absolutely phenomenal. Show to close rate, it's solid. It actually fluctuates between like 20 to 30%, like Last month, it was like 28%. And then upfront cash flow is fucking amazing, right? But when I look at these numbers, I'm like, okay, shit. After pulling 6 months of data, our click to application conversion rate is the problem, and we haven't changed the VSL in a long time. And before I was only been running the same VSL. And so I told him, like, oh shit, we need to test some VSL hooks, we need to test some headlines, we need to test some landing pages, because if we literally fix this number, we make a fuck ton of money, right? And then I also pulled in all the data from like Facebook, CRM, sales, ads funnel, right? Cost per marketing qualified lead, cost per call, show to close, all that stuff. But when you actually have all of your numbers, no matter what funnel you're running, it's going to allow you to make so much more better decisions, right? And as you can see, the trend is like, so I got on in like around end of Feb, and we're going into March, upspend, right? And we're getting, higher cash collected. It's just, we gotta increase these things, right? But again, we're getting the kinks, ironed out. And so what I ended up building here that just helps me, with my projections and like everything that we're going to do is that, I like having this interactive projection model. So it's like based on all of our ads numbers and ad metrics, right? So we go to like the meta ads here. I pulled all this data and like, these are the important leading indicators for just ads only stuff, because I couldn't trust the conversion data because I don't know how accurate it was. And so what I did was I was like, with ads, I can only like measure on the front end of Facebook's, ads manager, like spin, clicks, CPM, frequencies, click-through rates, etc. But again, those are actually leading indicators. And people tell you like those are vanity metrics, but those are actually leading indicators. And I'm going to show you something in a second that's like going to show you why. So something that I noticed after pulling all that data is that if an ad so on average, right, our highest performing ads had less than a $15 cost per click. If any ad was like, I saw it like historically just looking at all the data, if any ad was above that, it was unprofitable to scale. And so now what I've been doing is I have an automation in the account where if an ad has over a $25 cost per click, it automatically gets killed, because that's one, showing you that the market is rejecting your ad, and two, the traffic is too, like, media buying is traffic generation. And so your traffic is too expensive, so you gotta instantly kill that shit. Especially for like a B2B funnel, it's with like a lot of lagging indicators. You have to be aggressive on the leading indicators so you can scale the winners, because, I don't know about you, but like in the ad accounts that I've been in, like you kind of see winners very quickly and early on. Like you see like a spark for them. Now if it holds at scale, but like when you're doing creative testing, you kind of see some shit winning like day one, honestly. Just based on like when you actually know your numbers, right? And so what I do here is I just like to play around with this. Sometimes like, all right, cool. If I'm looking at the account right now, it's all right, cool. We're getting like this much cost per click. This is our click to conversion rate. And so, if you look here, right? So right now we're getting like an average, like $11 cost per click. And well, before the click to application rate was like overall blended over like the last 5 months for just ads on that landing page was like a 2%. So the 2% click to application rate, right? Right now it's like sitting there like 5-6%, and 4 to 6%, right? Around there, right? And so just from doing this, we take that from 1 to 4.5%, right? Let's just, with every other metric staying the same, right? The cost, if you look here, you look at the ad spend, and the cost completely changes. So if we go, all right, if it's here, it's like you have to spend 45K a day to hit what you want to do, right? Versus if you go here, it's around like 15K a day, having higher qualified leads. And since this is B2B, it's like the AOVs are fucking insane and the PIFs are big. But knowing these numbers allows you to just like understand where the bottlenecks are and then fix them, right? And also add it in the backend MRR, because like every software is like, especially for B2B size, it's like, it's going to be trailing, revenue coming in because people are renewing their subscriptions. And now this is the fun part. So after I pull all the data, right, I kind of like play around with the numbers, and we're getting on pace for that shit. Like we're on pace to probably like 500-600 cash, God willing. I had, basically I gave Claude like a statistical modeling, and I had it map out the floor, like the absolute worst we can allow, then the 90-day baseline, and then the best case scenario. And I guess the best case and the goal metrics we want to hit, right? And so now I have my click to application best case, right? And it's right now it's above KPI. My click to marketing qualified lead, this is above KPI. So a marketing qualified lead is just anyone who's not DQ'd based on the question they asked in the first screen of the application. Then our click to super marketing qualified lead, which is anyone that is above that 25K to 80K, between that 25 to 80K a month range. Again, this is above KPI right now, so now we're getting higher quality leads. And then our click to super marketing qualified lead. And so these are all custom events, right? And so this is anyone doing 80K plus. And so it's like, once you have these numbers, it's like you can literally see like, okay, shit, if I'm running ads and we're getting a very low cost per, super marketing qualified leads, like, well, shit, I'm probably gonna have a low AOV, probably have a low close rate. I'm gonna need more leads to close, right? Or if I have a click to book call rates like below 1%, it's like, oh shit, okay. Well, there's either a drop off in trust. Like you can literally mathematically figure out what you need to change in your funnel because you actually know what's going on in your funnel. Qualified leads to booking call rates, right? It's like that should be like 70 plus because if somebody qualified, it's like, why aren't they booking a call? And that must mean there's a drop off on there's something on your application page that you need to do. Maybe change the headline that actually helps people remember why they're booking and remind them of the outcome they want, right? And so it literally just mapped out almost like literally every single metric that we need. And like, of course, like we have the percentages and shit, but like, here's the costs. So these are the costs that we can allow. This is the cost that we can allow for everything. And it's like, okay, that's allowable. We can scale that and we can hit $1 million a month if we just put the money up. We up the paper, and then like live SQLs. I mean, a big thing also that I noticed, especially for like call funnels, like B2B call funnels, is that you need a way to have live like SQLs sent back to your pixel. Because you can do MQLs out the ass, but if the sales rep hops on a call and that person isn't qualified, whether that be like they're not ready, different timeline, they actually lied on their application. This gives you like a final kind of like metric and custom event to send back so that your pixel can get smarter and you can make lookalike audiences, or you can just run ads to targeting this kind of person if you have enough volume. But it just depends on how many leads you're dealing with, how many calls you're taking. And then this is like this is like the budgets for like spend, right? So if you want to hit it with the best case scenario, the worst case scenario, how many closes, the ALV, right? This gives you just so much fucking clarity. And with AI now, it's like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing this, right? You should be pulling all your ad data. You should be, actually spending a day to just like go through your numbers and know what's going on, right? And this is like all the mixes and, data and, sync this up, Hyros, of course, right? But it's like when you actually see this stuff and you can see that there's direct correlations, it's like you can just, all right, cool, make one decision, spend more money, change this one thing, test it, have your hypothesis, and you just make more money. Literally, if there's a cloud, it's like, bro, just spend more, like, we just gotta spend more money. That's literally it, right? Especially for like the market we're in, like, and we actually started targeting new countries that have been coming in and paying. It's like, bro, we gotta just spend now, and you can do it confidently. There's no more guessing. You're not just like, all right, well, shit, I hope this funnel's working. I hope this ad's working. I think this shit's working. I know now. Right? I know I can confidently say we can't spend more than $50 for a click, period. Because, you actually have the data behind the decisions you better make. You can't be out here just guessing with ad budgets, bro. Like, I see so many people doing that and it blows my mind because it's like, you don't actually know numerically if the decisions you're making are making an impact and you don't know the weight of that decision. Right? And this is like, some other like more advanced, like, marketing analytics that you can just learn about on your own. But this is pretty much like probabilities of, different scenarios hitting the goal. And it's like, our probability of hitting $1 million a month increases as we just spend more money. Like literally, like that's what it is. There's just like so many, other things that you can do with marketing analytics, but that's a whole different video in itself. So yeah, know your numbers, know what actually is the biggest lever, right? As you can see here, it's like, this is the number 1 lever. This is our number 2 lever, and this is our number 3 lever. And so if I just fix these two, we can, hit $1 million a month on 100K in ad spend if I fix this, right? So you have to understand the weighted impact of the ads, of the things in your funnel that are going to make or break you. So that just comes back to knowing your numbers. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Sign up to my newsletter below this video. I'm going to be dropping a lot of heat on there. So peace. See you in the next one.